remember these. My mother had one. My grandmother had one.
I heard.
But all of them had electrical cords that you had to plug in. And I remember when I was 5, I broke ours because Mom set it on the kitchen table. And my older brother was doing his usual, some guys have hobbies of going and play football, riding their bike. My brother's hobby was just beating the crap out of me, okay? He would call his friends and go, what are you doing? Nothing. You want to come over and beat up my little brother? It was like a neighborhood thing.
Yeah,
and I was running around the kitchen table, my foot caught on the cord, and I yanked it off the table and it broke.
Ooh, that's
Bryn,
a bad day.
Bryn, I hadn't seen one of these in years.
Oh, I'm so glad to bring it to you.
I think this is magical.
It's stunning.
Brand new this month. It has, by the way, it is heavyweight. It is all done in porcelain like Grandmom's was.
The whole single piece.
But there's no cord.
No.
It's battery operation, so you can put it anywhere. And we are already getting limited. We had 2 versions. We had one done in white. That was for the fancy people 40 years ago. And then we had the green one that I remember growing up with. The white disappeared in one of its first airings.
Yes.
Over 5,000 people were on the phone lines immediately.
Yeah, and people have been asking us for this, so we've really invested a ton of time in looking at those nostalgic vintage pieces that you're talking about and recreating them in a beautiful size.
So what you're saying is you did a lot of research on the really old stuff that I remember?
No.
Is that what you were saying? Okay.
No.
This will be Bryn's last appearance on my show.
So we've taken everything you love about it. It's hand painted. It has really beautiful striations of green all throughout the top to bottom.
It's the same height.
The same height,
it's the same
13 and a half
shape.
inches. And you have a bulb on every single one of those bows. So you're getting those beautiful reds, blues, greens, vibrant colors, all the way up to the gorgeous star on top. And I feel like a celebrity walking through the building with this because everyone stops me and says, where did you get that? I have one from my grandmother.
Every one of us that either has no hair or gray hair.
Not even.
Not a single individual your age went, I remember.
No, several people's grandmothers have them, but they all complain about that cord, and now, no worries.
We don't have a lot of these. These are all done by hand. There's 1,800 that remain, and they will not last the morning, and they will be gone. And you will wait till next year to try to find them again. That battery operation, I'm going to tip this up. What really impressed me, Brent, is how heavy it is.
It's very heavy.
It is bisque porcelain, all done right. And the battery box is tucked up underneath.
Exactly right. So,
you've got the built-in timer that you were referring to.
Yeah, 4-hour timer. So you can set this once and then it will come on at the same time every day for over 40 days. So for your whole season, it will light up before you get home from work or as it starts to get dark outside, whatever you choose. Don't have to worry about it again. A beautiful centerpiece to your table without any cords.
I agree.
Because I have
I
have little children running around and cords are not my friend.
I'll tell you what, this is funny. My mother tried to glue the one that I broke back together, and it looked horrific. She put it out. Guilt is a powerful weapon when used properly. You know that, Mom. And it sat on our TV.
Yeah.
Because that way us kids couldn't run past the cord and tear it down.
Yeah.
But to me, the holidays are all about, no matter how old you are or how young you might be, memories.
And starting new traditions as well. I'm going to start this with my children, and every year we'll take it out. And speaking to that beautiful quality that you were saying earlier, I mean, this is a really substantial piece, completely one piece of ceramic all the way to the base.
Yeah.
The mold done by hand, so you get all the little pieces of the bow coming out. Really done to look exactly like the one you remember.
It's so hard to do nostalgia and try to update it. And yet you did it perfectly, because I think the battery operation makes even better sense than the plug.
Yes.
But I think of kids who are 4, 5, 6 years of age, and 30 years from now, when they're weepy and nostalgic like I am, they'll go, do you remember the fiber optic LED? Do you know what I mean?
The height of technology.
It's not going to be the same. And you gave me exactly what I remembered.
Good,
You gave me the same height, the same plastic star on the top, the same look of the lights, the same hand painting, and you did it at a price that was affordable. It's $29.97. They are extremely limited. They again are battery operated, and you'll need 3 C-cell batteries, and that'll take you through the whole season.
The whole season. And this makes a great gift as well. I mean, I really
agree.
mean it. Everyone stops me when I'm carrying this around and says, where did you get that? So if you could give this to someone who might have had one of these and had it broken by a child.
Well, here's what happened. Anyone who had, and this is the benefit of having more, or just one child instead of several. When you only have one child, you never have to ask, who broke that?
I was the only child.
So you got busted a lot,
I
didn't
you?
For those people who are old enough to remember these, when they grew up, they did get broken. Because that power cord, man, you tripped over it all the time.
Yeah.
This is a way, as you say, to start a new evolution of that feel-good memory for Christmas.
Exactly.
And a gift to give to someone who is old enough to remember the originals.
Absolutely.
Which, by the originals got so hot
That's such a
that
good
if
point.
you touched them, they'd scald you.
Yeah, these are LED technology, so completely cool to the touch. And we've even done lots of multifaceting on each one of these bulbs, so the light is really bouncing off in all directions when this is lit.
We had so many things when I was growing up that could have killed us. I remember for Christmas one year I got what was called a wood burning kit. Do you even remember what those were?
No, but that doesn't sound good.
Bryn, it was this wire pen that you plugged into the wall, and it had a cord that was only 6 inches, so it was guaranteed that you were near the drapes. And you would take it and you would carve with this heated iron these burn marks into these little wooden plaques.
Oh, that sounds like a Saturday Night Live skit.
I'm sure OSHA shut that down years ago. This is all cool to the touch, but I remember how hot the ones used to get. We had over 5,000 already ordered. I told you that we had about 1,800 left. We now have 600 that are left. Do you remember this? Because if you do, I bet you're sentimental. I bet you remember a lot of Christmases in your past. This will be in all of your Christmases for the future. It is exceptionally well made. I was drooling to get this onto the show.
I'm so glad. Yeah.
The younger hosts have no right presenting this. It's beautiful, and it's still featured priced. It's less than $30, and it is, I think, one of the best emotional investments in Christmas decorating.
Yeah, what a beautiful tradition to start with your family and just start over again if you're my age.
The white that you just saw on the videotape, that's gone. That's sold out very, very quickly. We now have about 100 of them remaining, and then they're gone. So I love that your team is able to combine new with the old, because this is much, much safer.
Yes.
But you don't diminish any of the old.
No,
the good stuff.
It's the most fun job you could possibly have, to be honest with you. It's wonderful to be in the Christmas business and bring things like this.
And you get to do it all year round.
I do.
So again, just like the one Mom had, just like the one Grandmom had, except there is no power cord, you don't plug it in, you get 3 C-cell batteries, you flip the little switch on the bottom, it will come on automatically every night at the same time, and it'll burn for 4 hours. You don't have to remember to run and turn it off.
Nope. You can put it anywhere, up on a shelf, all the places that you never thought you could do before when you're tied to a cord. You can put it in any spot.
It's the closest thing to perfection that I remember.
Oh,
and
great.
I wish my mother would still was here.
I do
because
too.
she would have loved it.
I do too.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
We are down to our last few in this, and they will go this morning. So please take advantage of it.